Hello again and welcome to Letter from England, broadcasting for AC Press and the Spanish Evangelical Alliance. A recent survey has found that a third of Spaniards have a negative view of Israel, due mainly to their perception of that country's policies and its role in the Middle Eastern conflict. The survey was conducted over the phone with 1,012 people, and its findings were presented in Madrid by the Foreign Ministry and two Jewish organizations, Casa Sepharad Israel and the Federation of Jewish Communities in Spain, who between them commissioned the survey. The research was carried out because two international surveys conducted in 2008 and 2009 respectively suggested that Spain was one of the most anti-Semitic countries in Europe. This latest survey, however, points to a 10-point deduction in that attitude. An American institution, Pew Research Center, published results in September 2008 which said that 46% of Spaniards had a negative view of Jews. This compared to 36% of Poles, 34% of Russians, 25% of Germans and 20% of French people. The Spanish government therefore decided to conduct its own research, hence the current survey. The director of the Jewish Federation in Spain, Jacobo Garzón, concluded that published opinion in Spain is more anti-Semitic than public opinion, adding that he thinks education is the way to overcome prejudice in this respect. Well, the report, building on the evidence of the survey, concludes that tension in the Middle East has a negative impact on the image of Israel in Spain, and as a consequence of this, on the Jewish community at large. In fact, Jews generally are seen as a cause of problems in the world, quote-unquote, especially for their handling of the Palestinian situation. And there is concern, therefore, both in government circles and of course in Jewish ones, that in Spanish society, disapproval of Israeli foreign policy appears to lead to a generalized antipathy towards Jewish people. However, the Foreign Minister, Miguel Ángel Moratinos, claims the survey shows that Spanish public opinion is not anti-Semitic, neither is it anti-Israeli, as earlier opinion polls had suggested. He also says that the negative perception which does exist is due to an incorrect linkage between Jews and Israel and its policies. In a list of least well thought of countries, Israel comes out second worst in the survey. Only Iran comes lower. The next least liked countries are Morocco and Palestine. And those interviewed blame both Israelis and Palestinians for the conflict in the Middle East, though a slightly higher proportion blame Israel. Half those questioned believe that for there to be peace in the Middle East, Israel needs to leave the West Bank, while a similar proportion say the Palestinians must recognize the State of Israel. A third of those asked support the idea of a shared Jerusalem, though it has to be said they don't have to live in it. While at the other end of the scale, Spaniards are sympathetic to the plight of the Saharan people and also look kindly on Argentina, the USA and China. As for other religious communities, the survey found that the only group which registered negatively in all cases was that of Muslims. Not only are people not favourably disposed towards them, but they also see them as the biggest cause of problems in Spain and the rest of the world. The report also says that the level of Islamophobia is much higher than that of anti-Semitism in Spain. Meanwhile, the group which registers the most approval is that of Catholics, and it's followed by Jews, Protestants and Orthodox. So what can we conclude from this survey? Well, a survey is only that, and 1,000 people are not necessarily entirely representative of the Spanish population at large, but there is a worrying tendency that media portrayals of conflicts and of geopolitical situations reverberate down into public opinion about individuals and groups who come from those countries or the people groups involved. And that's more concerning. Thank you for listening to Letter from England, broadcasting each week at emission.net for AC Press. Goodbye.